couldn't do something. Keep that hand raised if it was because of something you couldn't control. Now keep that hand raised if it was because of your gender. If your hand's still raised, that means you've been directly affected by gender roles. I'm going to assume most of you probably don't know what gender roles are and may have never even heard the word before, so let me break it down. There's societal expectations that pressure individuals to conform to behavior perceived appropriate to their gender. I'm going to give you an example as 4-year-old Zofia. Once upon a time, the most adorable little girl was at school, playing on the playground, minding her own business, and she was repping her all-time favorite superhero, Batman, on her shirt. She was just playing on the playground, as I said, and when a group of rowdy boys ran up, she thought, oh, they're coming to play. She was wrong. These boys loudly voiced their opinion about her t-shirt, saying you can't wear that shirt, only boys can wear superhero clothes. Zofia was a little confused. She'd never been told she couldn't do something simply because she was a girl. That day after school, her mom routinely asked, how was your day? Expecting the same positive answer she got most days. Zofia said, the boy said I wasn't allowed to wear my Batman shirt. That was the first time I was made aware of how gender roles affect me. Ever since then, my life has been plagued by gender roles. My aunt still buys me dresses when I'd rather receive anything else, and with my haircut, people assume I'm a man. These small incidents may seem harmless, but they can lead to a lifetime of discriminatory behavior and actions. First, let's dig into some female gender roles. Historically, there have been some obvious negative gender roles towards women. Some classic roles that I know we've all either witnessed or experienced are being the cook, the maid, the stay-at-home mom. And while none of these things are bad in any way, the idea that it's the only option for over 50% of our population is a little dated and ridiculous. Throughout the years, women have grown up being taught that they're destined to be the nurturers of their families, to follow in their mother's footsteps, and so on. Girls are also expected to be sensitive, accepting, graceful, and sadly passive. These gender roles can be shown in Hollywood, and how in almost any romance movie, a girl is either idly waiting for a guy or is hopeless without one. These expectations set by women these expectations for women lead women to be portrayed as the weaker sex, which is not the case, by the way. And only recently, in the past 2 decades, have young girls really been able to see themselves doing anything a man can. These years of oppression of women have left scars on our society. And even in the 21st century, the gender wage gap is still a large 24 cents. That means that women earn 76 cents for every dollar earned by men. And to some of you, that may not seem like a lot, but to others, their ability to feed their children could be at stake. A few years ago, a woman, whom some of you may have heard of, Sheryl Sandberg, the CEO of Facebook, did a TEDx talk about women in the workforce. One of her key points was about how women aren't believing in themselves enough to sit at the table, how they underestimate their own abilities. I agree with Ms. Sandberg. Most women are not as confident as men. I see this on a daily basis with my peers and sadly myself. I believe this can be blamed on gender roles. That because women are raised to be the nurturers of the family, we often forget to fight for ourselves. These supposedly rules of society can quickly change from small incidents to large inequalities between people. Women gender roles have become a large problem in the US and a very public issue. Protests like the Women's March are openly fighting for women's equality. But men's gender roles are equally as harmful, but often swept under the rug and left unacknowledged. Throughout the years, men have also had societal expectations expected of them, like being the rock for their families, or being the main income for their families. So, our society wages men's worth on their careers, their sexual prowess, and the sports that they play. This This not only leads to women being portrayed as the weaker sex, but also make men be pressured to be the stronger ones. Some of my own male friends have come to me with their anxieties about the man responsibilities, like asking the girl out, or being with a girl at all. This leads to the men that are that are gay, not physically driven, or want to be the nurturers of their family to possibly gain self-hatred. This leads to a terrible cycle of oppression, and societal wants become more important than your own. Another issue that faces gender roles is the LGBTQ plus community. As a part of it, I think I can say that gender roles do not let our community have it any easier. Many LGBTQ plus people are filled with self-hatred and mental illnesses because of what society expects of us. One of my own fellow queer friends has often come to me and ranted about how he wishes he saw what I see in women. This is because he was born and raised to be told throughout his whole life that he was going to date girls, marry a girl, spend his whole life with a girl. This heteronormativity is something that all LGBTQ plus people deal with their entire lives. And I think gender roles are the source of the problem. But look, I don't have the golden ticket to get rid of gender roles. But maybe baby steps towards less assumptions and more awareness can lead us to a brighter future. When you're meeting someone new, instead of assuming their gender or their sexuality or just their likes and dislikes, just ask them questions. It's easy as that. If you can take one thing out of this TEDx talk, I want you all to look at your life choices and decide whether it's something that you all genuinely have wanted or if it's what society wants of you. It's your choice.